Hi, I am Helen the Rooftop Knitter, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this jumper with Aran patterns. It is full of cables, it's very beautiful, and also has wrapping neck and pockets. It is a very hard project, so it's suitable for very experienced knitters. So if you don't have enough experience, maybe go for another one. We are going to knit 700 grams of size 5 yarn. I'm using alpaca blend, but you can use any material you like. 6mm knitting needles in straight and circular, markers, scissors, a measuring tape, a button, and a crochet hook. I'm going to use this sweater I found on internet as an inspiration with this one. So it's not very flexible because it has many cables. The only way to do it smaller is maybe eliminating some stitches from the sides or cables. This one is for a large size, so if you wanna make it extra large, probably add more stitches to the side, and if you wanna make it smaller, maybe knitting one less cable, whatever. Okay, so I made a sketch of the pattern just watching at the sweater on the internet. So this is what we are going to knit. Okay, so I have to calculate the stitches now. Just notice that this one is 22 stitches. This one is 14, including the stitches to the side to stabilize it, and these are 4 stitches for the pockets. Okay, so let's calculate it then. We're going to need 2 sets of this one, so that will be 44, including the ones for the rib. Then 3 of these cables, so that's 24 plus 24, and then 2 sets of these ones, that will be 28, plus 4 stitches to the sides for the pockets, that will be plus 8. So 104 stitches in total for the back and for the front, because it's a jacket for men. No need bumpy chest here. Okay, 104 then. I will be using this beautiful alpaca blend. It's a size 5 yarn. I will be using 6mm needles. So let's cast the 140 stitches then. I got 140 stitches already. So I'm going to start with the lower rib in elastic stitch 2x2. So let's start. It's going to be 2 knits, 1 and 2, and 2 purls, 1 and 2, 2 knits, and 2 purls. Let's continue this way until completing probably 5 to 6 centimeters tall for the lower rib. After 12 rows of elastic stitch 2x2, the result is 5.5 centimeters, and it's time to start with the elastic rib. So now, this is the pattern I replicated just watching at the design, and we're going to start from here at the middle of this diamond and starting the horn. Okay, this is just a continuation. This is going to be four stitches for the rib, for the pocket, then 1 purl, the diamond starting at the middle, then 2 cables, then here pearl stitch, all these 8 stitches, then a big cable here, and finishing it up with another pearl. Okay, I'm going to start knitting the cables, and optional, you can use these hooks especially to make cables, but if you don't have them at home, just use a crochet hook, another small needle, a yarn needle, a pencil, or even a chopstick or any stick you have at home. Actually, I've been knitting for over 30 years using all these utensils you have at home instead of buying this hook for over 30 years, and I never needed it. I just bought this hook for the tutorials, but I just decided to go the old way. Okay, let's start then. I'm going to start from here at the middle of this diamond and at the start of this horn. So let's start then with 4 knits for the rib, for the pocket. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then this one, it's a pearl. Whatever that has no symbol in this pattern, it's a pearl. So 1 pearl. Now it's time to do 1 cable to the left. These ones are 2 stitches and the one at the back. So let's do 1 and 2 to the front, then 1 through the back, and put back these 2 stitches to the needle and knit them. This will make the cable twist to the left. Then 6 stitches in rise stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then one stitch to the back, 2 stitches through the front, 1 and 2, back again, then 1 pearl, 8 knits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. And then let's continue with the other bead. I won't knit this bead because we're just starting a fresh one. So let's these are 8 pearls. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now it's time to twist 3 stitches to the right. So this one is a fat cable, 1, 2, and 3 through the back. Then 1, 2, and 3. Then put these 3 back to the left stitch. One, 2, and 3, and then 8 pearls again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is an example for the first row for the three patterns. Now, this example of the photo has 3 cables and 2 of these horns and 2 of the diamonds to the side. So we already completed up here. So let's do one more cable, 1 horn, 1 cable, and 1 diamond. Let's repeat the same thing we did. Now for the second row, which is the row for the back, let's do 4 knits for the rib. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This will be this rib for the pocket, and then the rest of it we just follow. We just need the stitches as they come. So we just 1, 2, and 3. And this one, these 6 stitches at the middle are rise stitch. So let's do them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then the 3 pearls for the cable. 1, 2, 3. These are these 3. Then 1 knit, 8 pearls, then let's continue with this bead, which is 8 knits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then these 6 stitches purling because it's the back of the cable. And then 8 knits. So let's follow the pattern. I'm going to leave you a screenshot after this explanation. So in summary, these stitches are 2 twisted to the left and to the right, and then the 3rd stitch is going to go through the back. All these diamonds and horns have rise stitch at the middle, and then these cables are 2 stitches to the right and 2 stitches to the left. These are the simplest one, okay? And we will be twisting all these cables through the front and the back is just following the same pattern, except for this except for this part at the middle, which is rise stitch. The even rows are just knitting the stitches as they come. Okay, I will leave you a screenshot of this because I won't do it row by row, because since this is a tutorial for advanced knitters, you're supposed to knit very well, and I'm already showing you how to read the pattern. Okay, this is a screenshot of the pattern. Maybe it's a good idea if you print it or keep it in your mobile. I have completed 23 centimeters long so far, and about 17 to 18 centimeters for the pockets. So now I'm going to knit this side separately. Okay, for that I'm going to reserve all these stitches. I'm going to pick them up with a yarn needle and another piece of yarn in a contrasting colors. So what I'm going to do is picking up all these stitches just to knit freely later, because it's a little bit uncomfortable knitting another piece here with the stick hanging from the job. Okay, so let's pick up all the stitches. Once I pick up all the stitches, let's make a small knot. To make sure that all these stitches are safe. I got 45 to 46 centimeters width now if I stretch the job. And now I'm going to start knitting two pieces here to the side, this side and this one, to shape the pockets. Okay, now I'm going to add probably 12 more stitches, which is 6 centimeters to this side. Just keep in mind that when we are knitting cables, the job is going to stretch because all these twistings. Okay, if we knit plain knitting or purling, it's going to be much wider. Okay, now with a new piece of yarn, with a new ball, let's cast 12 stitches to start the sides. I got 14 stitches here. I added 2 more just to add a little bit of margin to sew it. So let's start with a small rib here. It's going to be 2 by 2 elastic stitch as well. 2 and 2 purls. After completing 12 rows of elastic rib, I'm going to match these two parts together later, but for now I'm going to start knitting in purl stitch towards this part. I'm going to start the stitches from here. I will show you later. For now, I will just complete this row in purl stitch. After completing the row of just purling, I'm going to start casting stitches through the back. So from this last row of the rib, I'm going to start knitting on top of this piece. So this one, it's easy to grab the stitch, it's very noticeable there. So let's grab it, yarn over, and knit. It has always to have the thread to the front, okay, because we are doing purling. So next one, and purl, then next one, and purl. Next one, and purl. We will continue this way until the middle of the cable up here, to complete the pocket, okay? It won't be noticeable through the front, as you can see, because we are knitting through the back. Once I completed a total of 50 stitches for this part, it's up this cable, you see? I will do the same for the other side with the same stick. So with a new piece of yarn, I will just calculate the same level, so from this cable. So starting from here, I will start doing the same. So this is one. I will make a small knot here just in case. So that's 1, 2, 3, and so forth. You should add 50 stitches, including this bead. So I already got the bead for this part ready beforehand, and in total should be 50 stitches. Once I pick up the 36 stitches to this side, I'm just going to attach the other piece that I had beforehand, the 14 stitches. Once I purl the first row, I'm going to continue purling and knitting until completing 48 rows, which is equivalent to all these rows to the front. So let's complete 48 rows of knitting and purling then. I have just completed row number 45. So I just want to show you how I'm going to fit this. So I'm going to join this back part to here to have the pockets. Yeah, they are looking very good already. So in row number 46 for these pockets for the back, what we're going to do is joining everything together to the front. Okay, so let's knit these 14 stitches first, because these are the rib. So 14 stitches here. Now that I already completed the 14 stitches here, I'm going to close this bead. So it's 1 and 2, and then the first stitch on top of the second one. So just closing 1, the next one 2, then 3, and so forth until closing the whole pocket. Now what we have to do is sewing this the pocket to the back of the job. So I'm going to grab the stitches from here, not here because we are going to knit on top of it. Let's grab the stitches from here and sew the job through the back. We're going to do the same with this part as well. I just want to show you how it looks. It's looking like this already. So let's continue sewing stitch by stitch. So it's one front and one back, but through this bit, not here because we're going to use this stitch, is through this one. Same for the next one. we won't grab this stitch, we are grabbing this one, the base, and then the front. Let's continue this way until we get here to match it. You see, these are the pockets. I'm almost done with this pocket, so this last bit is going to be like this. And lucky last. This is how it's going to look through the front. It's looking very beautiful. And yeah, the pockets. Let's do the same with the other side and with this bit as well. What I'm going to do now is picking up all these stitches with this same stick. And I should have 104 here at the middle. After grabbing all the stitches at the middle, let's finish the last 14 stitches for row 46. The last step for the pockets will be joining these beads at the beginning for the lower rib. I'm going to be doing it with a crochet hook, but you can use a yarn needle as well. I will be joining this first stitch with this first one, and join it with the slip stitch. Then the second one, third one, and so forth until we just completely close it. Now that I already shaped the pockets, they're looking very good already. What I have to do is cut in this piece of yarn and pull it to release all the stitches we reserved before. So now I will just continue with the pattern, knitting, purling 14 stitches here, then four knits here, and then the pattern. At 38 centimeters long, let's start shaping the armholes. So for that, I will close 4 stitches in the first row, then after 2 rows will be 2, 2, 2, and finally 1. So in total it's going to be 11 stitches. So let's start. So the first row is going to be 4 stitches. That's 1, 2, I'll closing it up. 1 more, and that's 2 stitches. Three and 4. So this one is the first decrease for the first row, and after that let's continue with 2 decreases, 2 decreases, 2 decreases, and then after 4 rows 1 more to shape the armhole. Let's do this both sides. Once we have completed 6 of these V's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, on the 6th one, once we finish the V in the end, we're going to start shaping the neck. Okay, so I'm going to close 18 stitches here at the middle, exactly at the middle. I split the job beforehand, so it's exactly when we are starting the V number 7 and ending the number 6 here. So the 18 stitches at the middle are going to be closed to start shaping the neck. Let's do it then. So this would be 1, 2, and closing it up. Next one. Let's continue this way, closing stitches until we get to the other side. Once I close the stitches at the middle, I'm going to have 2 parts, 46 stitches each side, and I'm going to do it separately. But every 2 rows, I'm going to make 1 decrease to start shaping the neck like in a V. Okay. The length is 60 centimeters already, so it's time to close it. I just want to explain to you what I did in the neck. So here, I closed 18 stitches to start, as we said, and then 1 decrease every row until I got here. I continue straight. I ended up having 33 stitches each shoulder, and it's time to close the job to start with the back. So let's close it then. So it will be the first stitch on top of the second one, then another one, and the first stitch on top of the second one. Let's continue this way until we close both shoulders, and then we will continue with the back. I just want to show you how it looks before starting with the back. It's a very beautiful pattern, very elaborated, not an easy one, but it's still really worth it. It's very rewarding. Now I'm going to start with the back, but just to let you know that the back is only going to be knitting and purling. All right. So since it's only knitting and purling, you can see here that all these designs, all these cables, shrink the job a lot. So I won't be casting so many stitches for the back, only 104 as this part, because the back is only going to be knitting and purling. I made a sketch here for the back. So since we are going to cast 104 stitches, I designed this pattern, multiple of 10. It's going to be 4 purls and 6 knit, and plus 4 for the end, for the other end. So let's cast 104 stitches then. I already casted 140 stitches and also completed 12 rows of elastic 2 by 2 as in the front. So it's time to do the pattern I designed for the back. So this would be 4 purls and 6 knits, and 4 more before we finish. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. These are 4 pairs and 6 knits, and then we just repeat over and over again until we get the right level for the armhole. Once I reach the same length than for the front, I'm going to close all these stitches for the neck. So before closing the job, 4 rows before, I'm going to close all these stitches minus 3 each side. So it's going to be everything at the middle, and then the following row, I'm going to close this bit and this bit. Once I close all the stitches at the middle, it's time to close these 3 and these 3, and the result is going to be only 33 stitches each shoulder as in the front. And then I'm going to close all the job. Once the front and the back are done, let's join both shoulders with a crochet hook. It has to be done through the back of the job, and it's just matching the front with the back. Let's do this with both shoulders. Now let's cast all the stitches for the neck, which is a wrapping neck. So let's start from this part. Now we should start from this bit because it's a wrapping neck, so let's start through one side. Now let's knit 9 rows of rise stitch up the neck, the back of the neck, and then 2 by 2 elastic stitch. It has to be 9 because here in the front, at the front, you remember we had 18 stitches, so let's do half. In row number 8, I'm going to add stitches here in between to fold it over. So let's do it then. I'm going to, just here at the back, not here in the rise stitch, just here in the back neck. So let's do, this is 1 purl, and then yarning over and purl. These 2 stitches are going to be only 2 knits, and then purl, yarning over and purl. Then knit and increase again. I will continue doing this, increasing 1 stitch in between until I get here to the other side of the back neck. In row number 9, let's twist all the stitches we added the row before. So let's do it then. So it's knit, then twisting the stitches so this won't leave a hole. So then 2 purls, then knit and twisting the stitches. So I won't be knitting from here. I will knit here from the front, twisting the stitch. Let's do it this way, and then we just knit and purl normally until we complete the 18 rows. Now it's time to sew the neck, so you already finished it. And this bit, I'm going to sew it like this, and the other side, just wrapping it over. For the sleeves, I already got these 2 pieces beforehand. These are 40 stitches, and I'm going to be doing one of these pattern each side and one of these cables at the middle. So I will start from here, from this one to this one. That will be 16 stitches plus a cable 8, and then another one of these ones up here. So that's 40 stitches. I'm going to start with the 40 stitches then. Let's continue with the sleeves, following the pattern and adding 1 more stitch each side every 4 rows until we complete 6 of these patterns. Once the 6 V's are completed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we're about to start the number 7, let's make some decreases here to the sides. This would be 3 decreases at the beginning, then 2, 2, 2, 2 every row, after just having these ones at the middle. You just calculate how many stitches you want to leave it here. You want to make it looser or a little bit tighter. It doesn't really matter how many stitches you leave here. Now I just want to show you a hack. This sleeve, I just realized that it's not wide enough, so what I done, it's knitting a small stripe. This one is 14 stitches width. I'm just going to sew it like here and complete the width I need. Now it's time to join all the pieces together. This is the end of the tutorial. I hope you like it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you next time. Bye.